I'm making a brand new decision here. It's something that's never happened before. We have game of the weeks, a supremely important game happening in the Red Division between Devon and BG. This is an exciting game. This game, maybe I don't think I was, but maybe I was being a little bit hyperbolic. Is that a word? I was indulging myself in a bit of hyperbole last week when I said there were major playoff implications of the game between Mike and Justin. But there is no hyperbole here. This game has a ton of playoff implications. BG and Devon are clearly the class of the Red Division. Devon had kind of a hiccup his first couple weeks, getting out to that 1-2 start, but he's really getting back on a tear. His team is just having an upward trend every single week, and if he can somehow bolster his wide receiving core, that just makes him all the more scary. Knowing that BG has already taken game 1, if BG can manage to go to 5-1, get 2 games up in the division, and have the tiebreaker sewn up against Devon, that is huge for playoff implications, for playoff seeding. This game could potentially, as long as BG doesn't fall off the map over the last half of the season, this game could potentially sew up a first round bye for BG. So I really can't state enough how important I think this game is.
It will put separation between BG and the rest of the pack if he's able to pull this off.
Mm-hmm. Especially after beating Allen in a head-to-head matchup. Granted, it wasn't either of their best weeks, but
he got the W.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron Rodgers, BG wanted him, BG got him. If we were putting a tracker on how many times I've mentioned that so far this season, it'd probably be pretty high right now, but it can't be overstated at this point. He's 4-1. There's no way around the fact that Aaron Rodgers has dominated, and he's been everything BG hoped he would be.
Aaron Rodgers is averaging 30 points a game right now. 30 points a game. That's unbelievable. The rest of BG's team averaging less than 10, save for his defense.
Devon has churned out a very, very intimidating team because top to bottom, you have guys with low basements and high ceiling. Everybody's averaging, or a ton of guys are averaging 10 plus points. That's how you win.
It's a big deal when you get people who average that many points. I am a little concerned about Matt Ryan and Michael Turner, though, just because of the way the Falcons have been playing, in that they are pretty inconsistent.
However, he has Ryan Fitzpatrick as well, and he's already shown this season that he's all about the matchup game. He's extremely interested in exploiting whatever he feels is the best matchup that week, and I've only seen him really falter once.
BG's biggest concern really should be Adrian Peterson and Megatron, who are putting up huge points, and Steve Smith, who is actually averaging 13 points a game. So that could be the nail in BG's coffin. Since week 2, BG's point total has fallen. He's not gotten higher than that, and it's gone down in average since then. I have to give the nod to Devon, just because of the depth his team has. Aaron Rodgers is awesome. The rest of BG's team is par, maybe. Whereas Devon's team, he really has depth woven through his entire team.
Basically, the bottom line is when you got one guy who's starting Mike Thomas and Felix Jones. Now, I know a lot of the fantasy gurus are pretty high on Felix Jones. I've had him on my team multiple years, and there's nothing to be high on about that guy. No. You got to go with the guy who's starting Michael Turner, Adrian Peterson, Calvin Johnson, Steve Smith, Reggie Wayne. These guys are proven, they are playmakers, and all of them except for Reggie Wayne are firing on all cylinders right now. You got to go with that. So I give the nod to Devin, and we have a gridlocked tie atop the red after this week. The co-GOT dubs falls in with Jesse's redemption song against his nemesis Kevin. I tried to steal the title of being Kevin's nemesis, but Jesse wouldn't let me have it. So, I'll just dislike everything you stand for. I'm just kidding, Kevin. I love you. Every time I look, I apparently know nothing. I really don't know anything, because every time I look at a game where Kevin's in it, I think, oh, this is an easy win for the other guy. And here Kevin sits at 4-1. The bottom line is, the guy who starts Javid Best, Pierre Garçon, Jordy Nelson, and Aaron Hernandez should not be 4-1. He's not supposed to win the game. That's all there is to it. With Cam Newton, the addition of Cam Newton, I think pound for pound, Jesse's team matches up fantastic against Kevin. After it's all said and done, I have to go with Jesse. I don't see how Kevin can win this one.
We're 5 weeks in. I have outscored Kevin every single week except for the 1 week that I played against him. So I'm going to beat him this week. There is no way around it. The scoring trend shows that the people that I have on my team versus his team shows that.
You know that as he watches this, his gorgeous pectorals are bouncing up and down as he giggles. You know that's happening right now.
His Venus is flexing with joy.
Yes, exactly. It's happening. You know it's happening.
Also, Rachel is feeding him.
Really, I got nothing on this. Just another week proving that, I don't know what I'm talking about. You all wasted your time watching this, but I'm glad you did. Any thoughts?
I'm glad you decided to have me on this week. I hope that you guys take advantage and
see what it's like in the shack.
It's fun.
It's crazy here. See you next week.
No.